Hello, and good evening. Let me try good evening this time. It is evening for me as I'm recording this. This is Julie with Jewel Design, and we are on to our Saturday video. Oh my goodness, right? It's been a busy week trying to get a little bit of everything done, and I got a crazy weekend, or my daughters do, I should say. Friday we're off, and it's all fabulous, but this is midnight Saturday morning for some, at least here on the west coast of the Western Hemisphere. So thank you so much for stopping in and watching, and before you go to bed, when you get up at your leisure. I really appreciate it. And we are on to another project for our Santa's Vintage Christmas Journal. This was started to be inspired by Lorette over Vintage Paper Girl, though it's not her thing. Like, she's working on these beautiful flip up, fold out, little pockety writing pages that she followed Wendy with. It gave me an idea, and I found, one of my usual pharmacy bags, and I was just going to lift it up because she had done something else, and I realized it was too wide, because folding this up and gluing down the sides gives you a great pocket. But while I was talking to you guys on Thursday, it occurred to me I had this potential, and I had an idea, and so I couldn't help myself. I was getting a bunch of stuff done, but realized that, I want to work on this thing. I think it'll be a great thing to glue down in the middle of the page. We're going to tuck a large tag in the back, but we're going to get a couple spots here to put in some journal cards and fun pieces of ephemera. And we're going to cover up a pharmacy bag, but instead of using it as a cover, we're going to make it a slightly thicker sort of fold-out booklet. Sort of. Like, this is going to be writing space, but with a pocket. This is a pocket where what I ended up doing was slitting from here to here inside the bag, because normally this can fold back, but this is the bottom of your bag, so you only usually have a very shallow pocket if you just do this, and this is already sealed down. So I went ahead and slit it about from here to here underneath here to make it a full pocket, but glued it down the outer edges. We're going to make this writing, and then we're going to have, pretty but a pocket but pretty, and then you have a front cover, and then the back is sort of going to get covered, but we're going to do our 3-point, glue down to the page so we can tuck something behind it. So that's the intention. I figured I have most of it prepped. We can go ahead and work on it, but I wanted to show you, as we were working on the last couple of days, we've had all these scraps, and even when I went to go to my collage board, I still have this spot up here that, after all the work I put on it, like, I didn't even use it with the tags. And so anything I had left over that was sort of weird, and I'm just tired of the shape, I went ahead, as you can see, and used my 2-inch, my 1.5 inch, and my 1-inch punch. Took what I could out of it, and look, I have all of these lovely circles. So I have to remember, as I'm working along, different textures and stuff, to add them to my decorating. So as I'm decorating stuff, I have the colors that we need to add layers. So, and if not, they go into next year, and I continue to use them. But when you have weird cutouts, scraps, leftovers, things you printed on the back, sometimes it's just, some kind of pale background that has a little bit of something on it. Make a coin out of it. You can decorate that up. You can layer it. You can add it to the back of things. It's a great way to continue to add to stuff. So, anyway, my desk keeps growing, and just when I think I'm getting it under control, like, I feel like something else takes its place. I'm like, I definitely got the covers done, in the sense of it's put together. I sewed in the pages because I can't take it anymore. I think it's good as it is. I'm just going to have everything glued on and flip out, up, whatever. I still have to add lace and glitter to the edges, but they're prepped when they're prepped where they need to be. I just have to sit there and glitter and lace one day. But at least it's in place, and I can work on it. I just coffee dyed some white lace to make a pocket here. Everything's in place, so hopefully you watch me. I can, make a link back. I might make this a series. Maybe I'll pop all of these into a Santa's Christmas series so that you guys can find them all at once. And if I do that, I will put a link, like, in the top corner here right now. You'll see it come up in the top corner. You can click on that, and it'll take us back to the playlist. that's going to have all of these journals in one. It's all going to be the journal with me, but it's also going to be in its own series. So you can go back if you just caught me and you're like, what's going on? You can see how I've gotten as far as I've gotten and what I'm up to. So there we go. And constantly trying to figure out how to, like, I'm thinking about, okay, what am I, sorry, I got glitter on my nose and I can see it at the corner of my eye. It's bugging me. All right. Anyway, this is out to remind me that we're going to probably just do, 2 flat spots here that'll get glued down to help us tie this up. So I gotta remember to make sure to not forget to do that before I go gluing it to the everything. Okay, so I took one of my pages, one of our backgrounds to this kit, as you can sort of see, okay? And I went ahead and cut this down, so I do have some more scraps. Yay! And it's one of our beige light-colored backgrounds that is in this kit of Santa's Vintage Christmas. And we're going to use it because I like the look at the lace on the edge here. For the edge of the pocket in here, even though we're going to take a nice divot out of here. Maybe we won't. Maybe I'll cover that one up and I'll make one on the other side. I don't know. But then I have it through both sides. So, I don't know. We'll see. I pretty much measured this so I could center it on the brown paper bag like we always do. Really would prefer the blue doesn't show, so maybe I'll have to bring it in on just a little bit. There we go. So we're going to glue that down. Like I said, I went ahead, if you haven't done this before, anytime you have a pharmacy bag, a food bag, anything, to use this, I always go in and try to glue down every seam that allows the bag to open up, right? So it looks like a flat piece of packing paper or construction paper. What's the other word? I didn't know there's a word for it. But I go ahead and I seal all of this down all the way around to make sure I get the pockets that I need out of it. So I went ahead and then I also distressed around the edges. I started to do the fold and then realized that would seem a little silly when I'm probably covering it up. But all around the outside, so for anything like this that's sticking out or setting over, you are, not really seeing too much of craft paper. That's the word. You're not seeing the craft paper blah. You're not seeing whatever blah. So I did ink around the edges. I will ink around the papers. I did decal cut the edges of this one like we've done on other projects and other pockets in this kit and many others. I do like that look. So the torn paper on a somewhat straighter edge. And I still feel like I need more ink. But I was trying to do as much prep work as I could so we could get to this and maybe even get it on the page. Wouldn't that be nice? And I do have the large journal tag all decorated, ready to go. I think I showed those guys on Friday. I showed a quick picture on my Instagram of what those look like as I'm working on stuff as fast as I can. Trying to get stuff done. Cute little things on the reels. Photos on the Instagram. Stuff here with you guys about every other day. Like I said, I don't know about next week. It may not be until Tuesday after today. Because the girl has her parade and she's got to be busy for 5 hours straight. I am, by the time I was recording this, I was still on the fence on whether or not I was going to stay and be of help on that day. She prefers that I'm not around, but then again, I worry about her. It's the first time she's going to be doing a big old parade. Not a big parade, but, a long day of this nature. Nope, that one is toast. Okay, that one's finally done. Yeah, finally, big deal for her. And, yeah, these did show up, like, after I did my last video, of course. I was like, oh, that's nice. As you can see, these are actually blue. After a while, if you have them open for too long, you don't go through them very fast, they do turn white. And they still work, but maybe not as well. Maybe that's why some of these don't. Some of my stuff starts coming apart earlier than I'd like. Or quicker than I like. I'm wondering when they start changing color to white. Because it's supposed to go dry clear, right, when it's done. But it's that way because it's drying out or doesn't like the weather in my garage or whatever. So how are we all doing? Did we make it through the week? Are we doing okay? I still have a little bit of blue. Yeah, it's not straight. I mean, the bag's not perfect. When you fold it naturally, wherever it may be, and you glue it down, sometimes we end up with really weird creases that aren't straight. And I don't have a huge deal, big deal about that, but it does make it a little hard where your paper is straight and your book is not. And your page book is not so straight. Okay, we'll start with that. So yeah, Friday they had the kids off, so hopefully we got to go do stuff. Rain definitely disappeared. You know, we had the Monday, Tuesday thing, and that was it. Our Sunday, Monday thing. And then, and they're saying next week, though, Tuesday through Thursday for sure. Like 60% chance, so I'm really hoping that sticks. Sierra Nevada, I guess, got stuff really high up. I was talking to, one of my subbies, Cheryl mentioned that, yeah, she was up there, but, you know, had only really seen rain at her elevation, so, which, yeah, I figured if we're going to get snow, it's going to be pretty high up, since it wasn't very cold down here. I know that when it's cold in my neck of the woods, then, you know, oh yeah, there's snow really low in the mountains. So, yeah, we're not been that cold, so I'm just stoked to hear that there was any, you know, snow at all anywhere. So, alright, so cutting it a little close in here, I did put some here to hide, but we have this, so I'm going to have to decide once we're done if a strip of something is worth putting it there. I know I put this on the outside. I want to put this on the outside somewhere. Everything is terribly sheds. Oh, more glitter. Yay, I barely touched that earlier. Okay, so we have this easy light. My only dilemma will be the line here, and I think I'm going to try to do that now. I'm going to try to sort of score it, because I know when I put the tissue on the back side, I don't want to be scoring that end by accident, so it'll rip the tissue. So I'm going to give it a nice big score to help possibly do what I need this to do. Okay, so we're going to do that, even though I know it's just going to, I'm just going to have to redo it. Now, the thing is, I was going to cover the whole backside with tissue, and I'm thinking, well, I don't know if that's going to do me any good when we're gluing this down. So maybe we're going to do tissue and just slightly wrap a little bit around the back, so it's nice and clean, and it looks nice when it's opening and closing, but it needs to be enough to stay in place. Oh, the dog are at it again. I can't get away from that. I know the cat's being all weird too, so I don't know. Okay, so we have this, and this is beautiful writing space, nice and flat here. This might have a card in it, but that's still like everything else we've been doing this round. You know, we're putting cards and stuff in places so that we can help keep up the structure of our pockets and filling them and making everything worthwhile. So this outside is going to get tissue, but I want to get the inside done first. Now, I figured that this guy, even with a nice hole in here, would be great. I almost thought about using, what do you want to call it? Velcro, you know, dots to close this, but I thought, well, if you were to pull up on it and, you know, it came unglued, I just didn't think it was going to be a very secure way to go about it. So we got to do two different things. I got to make sure enough covers, and I got to figure out where it covers. So I'm thinking right inside this line. Right, let's see here. Me and my pencils. I do want to keep the ripped look in both directions, but I'm wondering if I should cut this strip first so that I don't lose that access, and it is above right at the red line. I'm going to do right there. Okay, let's try that. Hard part is, I think we'll cut that straight, and then we'll go back with the distressor, because I have a feeling this all doesn't fit inside the, so I'm going to go a little bigger. I can't, you know, rip the whole thing. So we have another strip. Oh, both sides, how funny. Well, yeah, the back was something else, and so I definitely redid parts of that. Yeah, this is one of my pages where the back wasn't great. I redid the front on it, but I ended up, you know, working it some more, so I was like, okay, well, let's just utilize this when I'm gluing it down, then I don't have to worry about what's on the back side. Hold on one sec. Hopefully my hair. I have stuff everywhere, people. I'm usually not this messy, but I am really going for it on this one, making sure I have everything I possibly could have out so that, you know, I really do have enough more. Just when you think you get rid of your very good chunk of, like, I got rid of almost everything out of the scrapbooking, the collage board, the scrap collage board that we did. I'm not done. I'm just checking stuff. You know, we've got the writing board out of it. We got a big journal card out of it. I went ahead and used those scraps that were left over, and we did just a back-to-back or side-by-side same book pages, and I made 2 journal cards, some coins, and some corners that were left over to make another like little gidget. So I did two things and used up one area and then pulled a few extras. Alright, so yeah, I think it's still gonna work. Alright, the sad part is I have to go back in there and cut that out. But that's when you just put your circle punch back in that hole and try to line it up, and it all works. So I'm just eyeballing it, measuring it. Oh, I should leave that one. Okay, now I can put that down. Okay, let's ink it, glue it on carefully. And what I'll probably do is glue this and then put the paper down. Because if I put the paper down, I will forget and I will end up gluing that hole right over that hole and gluing it down where I don't want to. I love the thumb notches. One of the few things I did pick up from, I shouldn't say pick up, I picked up a lot of things from her, but a few things in the early beginning, I want to say it was from Amy, was just the thumb notches, you know, to putting it in your pockets and when you were making something, so you knew there was a pocket there to put a thumb notch. And it's just a great indicator that you've got something going on, so. You know what? Sometimes I don't like using that much glitter glue. So let's just whoop, whoop, without getting it in there. At least start with this. You know, I don't know. It doesn't mean you're always gonna, we're definitely gonna try this, with a tissue on the front side too. Then if I have to, I can always do a little bit of Mod Podge to like seal it or slick it down, which I might do. But to start off with, I definitely think that the glue stick is going to be a good start to this, to the tissue ordeal, and then we can go from there. So yeah, there's definitely some divots and there's some. Let's see if we can do this. I don't think there's enough. Okay. See, I like doing this, so then I just take the glitter glue and I just go in there and fill in the gaps. Works so much easier than getting the glitter glue on everything and then trying. And I still miss the edges, so what's the point? Like, let's see, we're gonna make this. This is a cute. Yeah, so I said I took things from Lorette's day on, is it Tuesday morning or Monday morning? Monday, I think. It was Monday's video. It was Monday's video and I meant to get to it Monday night and I don't think I did. Or was it Tuesday's? I don't remember. I know I didn't watch it till Tuesday. But, like, all of it till Tuesday to get the idea. But I liked the idea of just, I don't know, flipping things out, you know, opening things up. I don't have a flip up, but I have an open up. So, watched a bunch of her things. Went from bags to flips to, to fold outs. And this is what, I was like, wait a minute, let me use this. That's what I came up with. So, hey, what? I don't remember. I think I did the 2-inch hole in this one because I didn't want to, you know, the thing is I can make it smaller, but then it might not. So I'm going upside down in here. I know you guys can't see, but I'm pretty much just going it in there with, there we go. I did it. Nice. All right. I love keeping these. Love keeping the little halves. It's like the coins. I like using them on offshoots or edges of pages or whatever. All right. That actually worked really well. I got to use that paper. Got to cut off the bad parts that were caught on something else I made earlier. So then I still have room to like put a definition up here. Anything I can decor up here or leave it empty for the person to write on. And so here's one of the little guys that I made. These are my coffee dyed papers. It's on an old tag. Like a, I think a pin or something was in it because it only has 2 little slits in it. And I had 2 corners left over of my my collage pages. And I put our favorite snow mesh underneath it, put the corners. Then I took one of my 1.5 inch wreathy guys. Made it, you know, coin punched it and made it into a little tuck. And so I had this cute little tags. The tags are actually back to back, so you can you can glue it together, make it one. I actually left this one open since it is backed, and put, you know, Noel on one side, and then you can like open it and flip it, and you got Christmas on the other. So upside down, but right side upside. And it's just a cute little thing, and it fits actually beautifully right in here. Look at that. So I'm totally stoked about that. It folds, and since that is the front, that gives us some room, and it doesn't get in the way. So I'm loving that. That one's already technically full since I went to the bottom with it, but I thought that was cute. So you could write on the back a little date, a little note, something fun that happened, and it's all good. Now, this side, that is my front. I was going to flip it around the other way. At first, it was down and over, and I'm like, why am I doing that? This sits so much nicer, like, on top, naturally, being the heavier piece, right? But we definitely have to tie it in the front, because it's never going to stay closed in the book. But I received this poinsettia stuff, napkins. I took the white back layer off. There might be one more layer, and if I was doing a different type of Mod Podge, if I was actually going to Mod Podge it on, I would even see if I can get one more layer off. Sometimes there's another layer, and they can be really thin, they're really cool, it's like translucent, but I'm not pushing that hard. I'm like, I'm not going to push that hard. I figured, so there's my front, so we have Noel. It goes both ways. Now, my only thing is, I don't know if I like the idea of that being upside down, but the words are right side up, so I guess not. Joy and Noel is on this one. I'm not sure. It's the same thing will be on the back, but like I said, I don't think I want to, right? I don't want to go all the way across the back. So, we're going to glue where we do want it, and then we can cut and tear off of it. And I was just thinking maybe we should corner the front, but I don't know if that's going to mess with my, no, it won't mess with my pocket. I don't know if it'll mess with anything else. We'll find out. Because if I corner it, then I will have to possibly go back in and do some more gluing. Might have to do more gluing. And I really want to get the edges of this one, though. What I don't want to do is have, if I'm going to tear it, I'm going to tear it, I guess. I don't know how vintage I want the look. So what are your weekend plans, besides watching me hopefully this morning? Like I said, we have a parade. I might be, volunteering for 5 hours and on my feet the whole time. I will definitely be up and over my 10,000 plus steps. We are walking from the junior high to downtown, which isn't bad, but when you're marching to a very specific beat, that can be a very long haul. When some of these kids can walk really fast, some cannot. Oh my goodness. I'm like, that's gonna be interesting. We were supposed to meet at the high school, which is definitely a little farther, and yes and no, I guess. I know it's about the same distance, and they changed our parade route, so I don't know. Either way, it's good practice for our holiday ordeal, but in the meantime, these kids are really gonna feel it for their first one, and at least it's during the day. It's supposed to be about mid-70s, so it's, good and bad, it's like, it could be worse, could be quiet, could be wet, I'm glad it's not wet. Like I said, I'm very stoked it's not wet. Now this is supposed to have some water in it. I don't know if I've completely dried out this guy. I know it's supposed to be, there we go. I figured if I could get it wet, I could sort of tear it and then have a better than me trying to cut it and take a chance of cutting into the wrong thing. Let's see. Ooh, there we go. Usually with Mod Podge, you can sort of do this too. Oops, okay. So we'll just using a water pen for this purpose. It came with the We Are these guys. I think it's this one of these guys. When to help with these, it came with it when I bought the 3-pack, I believe. Or something of that nature. I had some kind of Tear Nature device that I had bought and got this with it. So, on occasion, I've used it for many different things, but which is why it's probably not working as well as it should, because I've used it for sort of like inks and pens to get like a watercolor effect. And there we go. I'm going to have to touch them up a little bit. There we go. I mean, if a little bit of the brown comes through on the edges, like on the sides, I'm okay with that. Because it does give it sort of a vintage, sort of been there, done that look. And like I said, if I decide to smooth this over with Mod Podge, I could seal it a little bit and bring it over. So that's not a huge ordeal. Most of the time, yeah, it's going to tear, but you can't see the back, so I'm not too worried about that. We just want to make sure it's glued down. So when I'm placing the, what do you want to call it? The journal tag in and out, it's not getting caught. And of course, you know, ripping something we just spent all this time on. Am I even in camera? I don't know. Sorry, I actually have my light and camera up a little higher than usual. You guys are seeing it pretty close, but there we go. Okay. And let's just try to do this, and then ta-da. I thought it's supposed to work, but of course I'm putting it up against I don't know what. So I don't really care the back. I just want to make sure it's all sealed. And in the places that it's not going to get caught every time we put something in and out. I'm going to go backwards and do this, and I'll go here in the front, and oh, there we go. It's like Mod Podging it with glue stick, and hope it works. And hope it works. So yeah, it's going to be parade on Saturday, and it's going to be nothing on Sunday. We did yard work, we did all other stuff last weekend, and so I'm probably not going to want to do anything, but I have a feeling I'm going to have to mow the lawn again. It's a weekly thing. But no, I'm going to have to do it before it threatens to rain again, Tuesday or Wednesday, because I do not like watering the lawn when it's super wet. Like, I normally try to water it on the off days. I'm not watering the night before so that it's dry or dry enough. My grass is ridiculous, and my mower sort of makes a mess of stuff if I'm not careful. Okay, there is our first front. Look, feels like everything's pretty neutral. I love we can see some brown and some wash through it. I mean, it's not perfect, and I sort of like that. Give it more vintage. That's why I took the white from underneath it, so that some of this brown would show up. I'm just sort of shocked that different parts of the thing. Oh, give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Okay. I really wanted Season's Greetings on this one so you can see it. And that's why I didn't go across the back. I was like, well, wait a minute. If I can get this on the front, or the inside, I like that. It's almost right in the middle, too. Okay. We're doing good, people. We're doing good. I was trying to see if I could make this as, you know, it's not really a tutorial. I'm just using, you know, a pharmacy bag. You could have a white one. You could have a brown one. You could have a large one. You could have a small one. You could probably do something like this with, like the Subway was doing bags. I don't know if they're still doing bags. Safeway, Subway, when you take takeout, you know, they're in a long sandwich bag type of thing. And I don't go too far over because I don't want to lose Season's Greetings. But we do need it to go up and over just a little bit, huh? Okay, I can make that work. They do the sandwich bags, which are a little longer. I made a journal cover out of them. But you could fold that a number of times. You could fold it in the middle and fold it inward. And so that you have two flip outs and, you know, multiple pockets that way too. So I think any type of like bag would work really well. So I think you can do this with any kind of bag that you might have access to. Jeez, my goodness. I don't know how we do it. I don't know how we do it. Okay, so we're going to fold that right away so I can see how we're doing. Beautiful. Let's find this. And maybe we can do it flat. I know, let's see. Let's see if we can just go right across. If I can find the indent. Right? Oh, it ends there. That's why I'm like, why am I going inward? There we go. It's a little rough. That is the downside on this one. Okay. Maybe I can do it where it's like right on the edge here. A little bit is not bad. I mean, the edge of the bag isn't perfectly smooth, so not on this one at least. The other end is the front, so it is definitely different. Yep, I'm going to have to trim it. But it's a good start. Okay. a lot of different things going on there, but we are going to, yeah, trim to match. For a minute there, almost looked like I had fabric. That was sort of impressive. Like, nope, that's just tissue. All right. But yeah, it definitely gets in the way. There we go. I'm having to clean up my recycling quite a bit. So hopefully you guys are having a great, that's what I was afraid I was going to do. Great November so far. So this weekend's only the 11th, so it's not too bad. We're not quite middle of the way, but we're getting there, right? So there we go. I have plenty of, I'll have to keep that for props. A thing for like string, like not string, but like long skinny pieces. I don't know why. Okay, so that I will put aside. Got that over there. We need to, okay, let's see. Do we need to glue anything else down? Did help a little bit here. It is solid. So my only other thought was to possibly put another piece of paper in here because, oh yeah, I just popped that sucker wide open. I hate when I do that. I go to trim stuff and I over trim. And there goes my hole. Now I gotta be really tight and really careful because I do not want to lose any depth in my pocket, which is my biggest problem. I always overglue things and I have no good, nope, that is not holding. How many places did I do that? All the way up and down. Okay then, well, I slit the whole thing, didn't I? Well, that's just rude. I'm glad it's an inside. Alright, so we might have to do some washi up there. Or washi sticky tape. I didn't want to because that's the problem. I didn't want to do... Well, shoot. Okay, no, I think I got it sealed finally. Oh my gosh, I can hear my girl inside the house. Okay, so we need to cut a hole here, I think. Because we can see this. So I have to, and this is thin. And so I am getting, like, this is thicker. I should have glued my tabs to the outside. I knew better. I glued them to the inside. I think because I went back and forth a couple of times on which direction I was going to make this. So I ended up reinforcing the inside and not the outside. Usually I try to reinforce the outside part of the flap to make it a stronger pocket. And I didn't do that this time. I know better. So we put a piece of paper in here maybe to enhance that. Plus when you cut this out you see something. Almost. Doesn't quite fit. And we have everything going on. Let's see. I cut this cute little piece on the bottom off, which is fine because I will use that. And then, let's see. Okay, now it's almost too short, but we do have that glue issue. So we just go down a certain way and it doesn't cover enough. No one says I have to go all the way to the bottom. So maybe we can stop right about there. See if we can straighten that out a little bit. Do I have a line to go off of? Oh, I do. Yeah, I have lines in here I can work with. We're gonna go with that line. Create more scraps. Because you know me. We'll do the ragged edge on the top and we'll make it pretty. Alright, we're gonna do a little cover here, do a little TLC just to strengthen up the pocket, make it easier to hold whatever I decide to put in here, and hopefully help reinforce that, and then gives us something pretty to look at when we do cut that out. So here's the fun part. There's always fun parts, right? Let's get that down. We need to maybe hole punch this first. Which one do I have? That is a very large one. Now that comes with that's almost a 2-inch circle punch, and that's what comes with the bag. Like that bag naturally does that, which is really cute. Again, I'm going on the inside. I'm putting the hole where I can see it, and I'm going to clean up this raggedy hole that they gave us. Ta-da! I am bummed at how much I have to take out, but doing okay, right? Yeah, okay. But it does give me a cute piece to work with. This will be actually a great, because I do not have the whale tail punches that my mom has. I think these might be great for the closures on those flip out pages. So, yeah, let's do this one. I'm like, I don't know which one I want to do. If I don't get enough glue in the right spots, I'm going to catch it the whole time. Which this is about the same width and length as the, yeah, shoot. So I get for working on top of my work. Which I think I've always done it that way. I think I've always been that way. Okay, let's get this in here. Tweezers might be helpful. Let's see if I can make these work for me. It's sort of nice sometimes to do this at night. I now see why. It drove me crazy. Does this at night. Get the stuff you need to get done during the day and you work at night. But sometimes, I don't know. I do. I'm more an evening gal than a morning gal. It took me a little longer to get going. But then I don't sleep. I'm up during the day with the kids, and then I'm, you know, I have to still be up in the morning with the kids, and yet I still, you know, I can be up all night, but then, you know, pretty soon I'm not sleeping, so. But there are nights like tonight where I'm like, nope, I'm not up late. I'm up late with you. You guys are up late with me. But I'm not physically up late, which is great. And I can get the craft stuff out of my brain, and I can, you know, there we go. Okay. I almost wish that they made a circle punch with this deckled edge to where you could get that torn look in there. But I think it probably would not be a clean cut. I know we have some, like a scalloped circle punch in a way. Well, it does the reverse. Like when you could cut out cute scallop coins. So that wouldn't quite work. Well, I wonder if you might be able to get in there just right and be able to cut it out. Yeah, no, that would work. I'll have to look into that. I'm like, I need a scallop punch so that I can do like prettier thumb notch spots. Okay, so I'm seeing seam work that, yeah, isn't open all the way through. So I need to glue those down so things don't get caught. If that was done correctly or in a certain way, I might have been able to make another pocket out of it, but I could if I wanted to slip this open and make a secondary pocket, but there is a point where you're just like, okay, that's too much. Well, you've got too much going on. I have to say, I am stoked. It's probably the most I've ever spent on actually making an ephemera that isn't pre-designed. So I am enjoying this process quite a bit, because usually it's the digitals I have already done, and I just cut them out, and I back them, or maybe decorate them a little bit, but, you know, they're usually pretty festive, so I don't think to do too much to them. Okay, so we have our pocket. I can put my thing back into it. Where'd I put it? Oh. We have our Santa pocket with our little Santa card in it, right? We have our writing page, and even the pocket can continue to be written on if you want to go all the way over, with another pocket slightly reinforced, so whatever we put in there doesn't feel so flimsy. Oh, I wish I could get these to fold down more. They are definitely bunchy. I'm like, okay, so there we go. And that's where, yeah, probably doing like what we did here on the edges, going over these edges with the tissue probably would have been nice to try and, like, you know, seal around the edges. But that one I couldn't, that was worked. But yeah, I would have to fold it over and then measure this one out. And but I do want to see, let's see if it's going to make it, if I'm going to regret this. Where is my corner punch? Ah! Oh no. Yeah, this is the problem. I've been at it all day, and so I'm like, what did I do with my, oh, there it is. Put it back where I had it last. So if I do the corner punch, my only thing is my perfectly somewhat squared whatever may not be so square anymore. And I'm just gonna have to maybe do a little glue, but I'm liking that as a front. So you go here and you have a nice rounded, oh, that's much better. Okay, so yeah, glue. Glue, glue, glue. And it's actually the layers of paper, the layers of the bag that need to be glued down. It's really not so much the tissue or anything else. It's the layers of paper that we have right here. Especially when you're taking something that's supposed to be a bag and opens up. You know, it's all folded down nicely and you open it up and it, you know, expands. Well, we're sort of reversing that and going, nope, you need to terribly condense back down. And we're going to force the issue. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this quick little Saturday morning project. Another way to use our, not quite junk mail, but the things that we get on a daily or weekly, monthly basis, right? We get pharmacy bags, we get takeout bags, we get, you know, like the red bag I use for my big envelope. I'm really proud of myself for using other things as our bases and covering them up with the digitals or the scrapbook paper that you have. See, ta-da. All right, let's get on the paper. I guess we should really truly finish this, right? And I have a mark. I'm putting it towards the back where I have a, oh, look at that. I love it. Red and green on red and green. We open up, season's greetings. We have our pocket. When you open it up, you go, oh, there's something there. And we're going to take that off. So I glue it down. Yeah, when I cover this in glitter, I'm going to dump it away from all of it anyway, so I'm not too worried there. And I think to stick with the theme, we're going to put the red and green Santa journal card in here. So the goal is to hopefully tuck that baby in there and be good to go. And then you open it and you've got, you know, this, which opens nicely. You can write on it. You have something in here. It's definitely weighty. Things are definitely thicker in this journal than I normally do. But you know what? Why not? Why not have some oomph to it? I don't see why we shouldn't. Okay, so let's see how much. I'm tempted to almost do double. So we have 4 strings, I know. But if we just barely glue them on at the hoop, the loop, and then, you know, you can tie the 4 together. Yeah, I want room. I want to have room, and then you guys can always trim it down if it bugs you, or you know, decide you want to do it a different way. You guys can always trim it down a little bit, but to change it up, I feel like we need. I'm so glad I found this. I found this one and another one in one of our thrift shop finds, and they're brand new spools. I'm like, I can't complain. All right, so let's glue. Move it over for a second. Let's glue the little guys just on the back a little bit. Right, just a little bit. Can't do much. About middle. Try to see if I want. I don't think I want to decorate these. I don't think, unless I put a word definition. I'll put it down in the bottom corner, so we're not messing with the. We'll keep it sort of middle. My sugar jar is great, but I'm gonna put more glue down. We are gonna glue the whole edge, but I feel like that's not working. I need this to somewhat stick at first down before. Man, I'm cutting it close. You know me. I know I need to do a really. See, my finger, it's sticking, the glue is sticking to my fingers and not anything else. I want it just enough to sort of stick it in place, but not relying too much on the glitter glue for this one. That makes a noise. At least I'm thinking glitter glue is the best deal, but maybe not. I'm just afraid if I use this one, it's going to take too long to dry. But I don't know. It is tissue gluing to paper, and everything else in between. It's nowhere near as much glue as I put on the other side. Nope. Because I'm silly. Okay, well, we're going to put it on the paper. I hope you enjoyed this silly little project. It would make a really cute, if you did cover all the way around, it'd make a cute little ephemera holder for the holidays. You know, you could put another pocket where the writing space was. You could really pocket this thing up. You could probably do a double pocket on the inside where I have it open for writing space. I'm actually trying to create a little writing space on a page that you wouldn't normally write on, because that green and red, red and white checkered is not writable. Unless you wrote really, really big with a black pen, and then that might, of course, go right through the paper. We are going to, I'm going to do it this way. Pray my ideas. I know they've been a little heavy this time around. And on the top. I don't know what I was talking. I'm trying to keep closing this up. But I hope this gives you great ideas. I hope you inspire. Whether it's a cute little Christmas gift, whether it's something to put in your journal. I just hope that it, has some kind of inspiration. Not much of a tutorial, but it gives you a general idea. You're really just using your bag to your best ability, taking the papers that you have and utilizing those. I gotta move everything out of the way. This is not going to be fun very fast. Eek! Oh god. And it just inspires something new. Take something you have and go, oh, why didn't I think of that? And I'm gonna go, we'll go right about there, I guess. There we go. Not too far in, and not too low or too high. Like, nice thing is this being in. I'm hoping this is going to help offset the fact that the front is so bulky. This is going to help the back be a little more bulky. Because right now I feel like there's all this stuff in the front and there's nothing in the back. And I know it's evened out. I'm trying really hard to keep it even, but, oh. It's almost when I need my writing board right here, right? Oh. I know I'm going to have some extra ephemera and stuff if I'm not careful, so that's why there's going to be that lace in the background. Alright, let's do this. Oh, gosh, let's pray, right? So, loving it. Oh, I love the tissue. I'm not a big red and green person, but I love poinsettia stuff, and that red and green concept I do adore. And so, I don't want to put a knot in it, because then I can't open it. Not that I do well with bows either, but, I don't want to pull too hard. I know it's still drying. But I do want to show you what it could possibly be. I may have to, there we go, sort of. I'm going to have to work on that a little bit. But once it's close for sure, I'm done with all my pictures, I'll worry about it. But there we go. Okay, I love that. It keeps it from, right? So now I have a little bit of weight in the back. I mean, I'm trying to hold it closed. So I have a little weight in the back, like we have a little weight in the front. Wish you guys could see it. It's hard. I'll take a picture later, of course. But yeah, our front is definitely higher. It definitely is open, and then all the weight seems to go to the back. But now we have this nice piece in the back that, doesn't get in the way too much, but that's why we have our writing boards. So you can write on this side, which is fine. You have journal cards there. You can write over here. And if you need to, you can start writing here. Those look like they're side by side. How funny. They're two separate pages. And still right here, right here. There's still a lot of writing in here. I haven't come close to filling up all the, pages for writing. So, we'll have to see how that works. Alright, now let's see if we can get our tag in there. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we will be done. I did it! There's a room! I did it! So we have a gorgeous red and green page back here. All said and done. Oh, look, it matches. Oh, I love it. Okay, well, we're doing really well. I hope you love this. I hope you enjoy our little to-do here on Saturday morning. We will be back, hopefully, by Tuesday. Hoping we're not too dead, Sunday, and I can get a video done for you guys. If not, of course, by Monday for sure. And you'll have something up definitely on Tuesday. Worst case, Wednesday, but I'll pop something up and let you guys know that I'm running behind. But I really do appreciate all the likes, loves, and comments. The new followers. The old... I shouldn't say old. You're not old. My loyal forever followers that keep trugging on and watching me every time I pop up. I really do appreciate it. And this is my cute little pharmacy bag. Fold out and pocket tuck. That seems to be the theme of this journal is lots of pockets, lots of flip outs, all kinds of fun ordeals. And I will just see you guys all on the flip side. Love you all. Thanks so much. Bye bye.